There are a couple of tips that can help your low-end camera perform very well in low light conditions. Let's go.
One Friday night, me kukumazi. Kushago biya wapatazi. Sana gano wasi yapemi. He is so big, you're the I was born this way.
You know your camera is not a high-end camera. It's not good in low light. When I say low light, I mean it's not good in places where there's no light or there's little light, or in an environment where your camera can't perform well. So for this vlog, I'll be using my Canon T5i, which we all know is not good in low light conditions. And this is the footage we got from it.
My pretty baby from my day, yeah. Dope. I was born this way, you don't feel me like that. Wait, I'll show me the flight to the girl she cool with. And I know she really wanna be my babe and you're late 24/7, ball all day, Saudi and your lips in. If it this way, Gamma she fair, they say me a day. If I drop a girl, she now she go to pay. Cause me shy girl no kumas in an auntie. I said
actually, I always want to introduce my vlog in a fun way, introduce it in the studio or something like that. But today's vlog, the intro was marred by a couple of friends in the studio. Check this out. To let you know that you can still use your low-end cameras to do high-end jobs. Actually, these guys.
Yo, it's the boy AIDY, you know. Subscribe to the channel. We want to give us more views, and we're going to be there for you.
Yeah, what up, people? Charlie, check out the vlog, you know. Dope shit coming.
Alright guys, it's Amigo! Tell them your handle.
Elijah Prime, born and raised in the States.
Don't you lie on YouTube. It's a bad thing to do because people can just Google and you are there. We took advantage of the Notifest 2019, which happens to be a party that was done for an advertising agency. It was in the evening and we have to go and shoot, so we carried ourselves from the office to their place, and this work transpired on the way.
I think we are chilling, yeah, we're chilling because we have Filmmaking artist competitor right here, and we're doing something very illegal. You want to know? Okay, let's go. We have 4 people at the back.
We have a little incident where we were overloaded in the car because I didn't take my car, and we have to escape the police.
So actually, because we don't want to be arrested by the police, the 2 of us got down. We have to get down. So we walk. See them, they're moving away. So there they go. We need to walk as fast as possible so yeah, we can catch them.
Don't do this in Ghana, you might be arrested.
Learn with me on the job now, so in the meantime we're going to Karat, an advertising agency here in Ghana. That's Andy, he's a good editor.
That's me.
We'll be learning from him as well in other vlogs as to his tips and tricks on editing and all that juicy stuff.
Hey yo, don't be confused, he's my boss.
So that's the junction. Let me see if I can see the policeman. Where is he? Okay, that's him over there. Over there, you can see him. Alright, so don't come and do this in Ghana, they will arrest you. It is illegal. But the fact is, I can't use my car because my car is parked in the garage and the mechanics are to tell you the truth, I have to renew my driver's license. So please, enjoy the trip while we get there and set up our cameras and other things and get this done, alright?
Overloading, overtaking, drunk driving, they are a no-no when it comes to being careful on the road. So please, but we have to do this because of 1 or 2 things. And now the tips. Okay, the first tip when you go to a party like we had, an outdoor party, and it's in the evening and you have a low-end camera, the first thing you need to do is to check whether there are lights available, like outside lights or floodlights, any kind of light available at the place. So all you need to do is to consult whoever mans the place or whoever is there. And this time we consulted one of the workers who works at Carrot, and he, lo and behold, he opened up the floor for us and there were lights. So first point, our camera had lights. The second tip is always use a sun gun. This time around we took our Aperture MX sun gun and it helped a lot. That is a powerful sun gun. I think you need to check the link below to get one for yourself. In Ghana you can get Aperture products at sikakope.com. The link is in the description below. So now you have outdoor lighting, you're using your sun gun and you're good to go. But also, you know, the outside lighting might throw shadows where you don't want. So when you're filming, the third thing to note is your position. Make sure you don't cast shadows on the people that you are filming. So you position yourself in such a way that you don't cast shadows on them. Now the last tip, which happens to be the first thing you need to do before you even get to the place, knowing that your camera is not a good camera that will perform well in low light conditions, is to check your camera settings. Now this is the camera settings that I used. I always shoot in the manual mode, and then I go straight to the frames per second where I choose let me go. So that's manual mode, as you can see here. Then I go into the 1080p, 1920 1080p, 24 frames per second. That's always the f-stop that I use. And then the next movement is I go into the shutter speed. And since the frame rate is 24 by calculation, the shutter speed is supposed to be 48, but you can dial 48, so I choose 50. So I go into the shutter speed and I go 50 frames. Now picture is becoming clear a little bit, and then the next thing is to work on the aperture. Always shoot on the lowest aperture as possible. So with this lens that I have, which is a kit lens, it's not a strong, very fast lens, I check in and see the lowest aperture number here, which is 3.5. so you see the picture is clear. And then one thing I do is I don't dial in my ISO. I always put the ISO on automatic. So I go here and put my ISO on automatic. The ISO at 6400 was overexposed and the automatic one is okay. So I always put my ISO at automatic. Now let me take you through the checklist. The first one is the frame rate, which I choose 24 frames per second. I double it up for the shutter speed, which is 48, but I can dial 48 on this camera, so I go 50 as shutter speed. Now the next one is to shoot with the lowest f-stop as possible as the lens can give you, and this lens gave me the lowest f-stop as 3.5. So after getting these camera settings, you are good to go. But before we go, let's take a summary of what we've learned today. Tip number 1, check your camera settings before you get to the location. Tip number 2, ask around whether there are ambient lights or outdoor lighting that will enhance the light condition of the environment. The third tip is always use a sun gun when you know your camera is not good with dark places, low light conditions and all that. And the final tip is position yourself in such a way that you don't cast shadows on the people that you're filming. If this vlog has been helpful, kindly subscribe if you haven't done that and hit the bell button so you don't miss anything that we drop on this channel. See you on the flip side. When I meet you in town, holla at me. My name is DNA and this is Media More Global. I'm out like that. If there are a couple of things that I missed, kindly drop them in the comment below and send shout out to me myself, because I need it. I need it.
24/7 ball all day, so tea and your lipton. If it this way, grandma she fed the same me a day. If I trap a girl, she now she go to pay. Cause me shy girl no kumas in an auntie. I said dear auntie fanti michiano. Ya me dear no se machi a friend me those who to me friend me kwache. Now also or se fatty yen coffee go home mame na de obin chakwa danya me na me anope entijame. Ibi my swag cost me nido. Get the song bell now ibi do. On your 2 project here it go. She probably got killing hot like a snow. I was born this way and you know